back here, a retired U.S. Army Major General and Senior Advisor for the That Voice Foundation, General Paul Eaton. She anchors CNN's The Arena with Kasie Hunt, and he's a Republican senator from Louisiana and author of the bestseller, How to Test Negative for Stupid, John Kennedy. And our first question is directed toward you from the people. John Kennedy, you write in your book that you've been a substitute teacher for years. What's your assessment of the state of schools and education today?
Well, 2 points. Number one, I told Bill in the break, I'll say it again, if I ever piss you off, would you give me a chance to fix it first? Okay. Number two, I've been a substitute teacher for 15 years. There's a place in heaven automatically for any teacher in America. We're doing better, but we're not well. If you look at 4th and 8th grade reading scores and math scores, particularly in some states like Louisiana and Mississippi, they're doing much better. Other places they have plateaued as a result of the pandemic. The future of this country, it's not the price of oil, it's not who the president is, and it's not who a senator is, it's education. And we don't talk about it enough.
Who's coming for the screens? Moms.
Yep.
The moms in America are coming for the screens in the classrooms. And my son just started kindergarten. It is astonishing to me. He's already on a computer. There's screen learning everywhere. This is a huge, huge problem. And you are seeing this as a big split among politicians. Some of them, like Spencer Cox of Utah, willing to say, like, no social media till 16. This is bad for our kids. Others are equivocating. I'm telling you, the ones that are equivocating are going to be on the wrong side of this issue.
Okay, for General Eaton, does Trump want his new Board of Peace to replace the UN? That's the first thing I thought. I mean, we already have a UN. What would the Board of Peace be other than that?
It is a replacement for the United Nations. And, you know, this whole specter of black helicopters and nefarious deeds that the United Nations is up to, as I mentioned earlier, I lived it with this young, great American medic who would not wear the blue helmet because his conservative family said don't.
Well, you're not saying that the UN hasn't done a lot of bullshit, are you? Because the UN has done a lot of bullshit. No doubt about it. I mean, not just a lot of sexual assault claims against some of the people who are the peacekeepers, but, you know, things like endless amounts of sanctioning Israel when plenty of other countries are doing way worse than Israel has ever done, and they don't ever hear about it. So the UN, I'm not saying we should replace it with the Board of Peace, whatever the fuck that is. But the UN is a very flawed body.
And I am definitely not defending it either, so.
Oh, okay. Speaking about the economy, Vice President J.D. Vance said he won't turn the Titanic around overnight. How long can the Trump administration blame economic woes on Biden? Well, I mean, it seems like he has the same problem that Biden had, which is affordability. That's the new political word, and it's not going away. It probably got Trump elected, and it's probably going to, again, you're going to get your ass kicked in the midterms. You know that, right?
When moms and dads lie down to sleep at night and can't, the thing they worry most about is cost of living.
Yeah. And
just telling them that they can't believe their own lying checkbook,
right.
It's not going to work.
No. Kasie, this is for you. What do you think of the FBI raiding a Washington Post reporter's home this week? This must hit home to you. Is that setting a dangerous precedent? Tell us the background of it first.
Well, so there was an investigation into, this is a woman, by the way, who doesn't cover national security day to day, right? So we see this sometimes, government investigations into a national security leak of classified information. In this case, this woman was covering the federal government writ large under Trump, so DOJ, other things. There's an investigation into a contractor that they say was giving classified information to people, including to this reporter. So they raided her house, right? This is very unusual, right? The government's usually really careful about how, because there are protections for reporters who are doing their jobs. Now, it does sound like a judge has basically just said, hey, U.S. government, you might have that phone. You are not allowed to read what is on that phone. So the Post has taken this, right, to court and said, hey, this is not okay. Now, they have said they want the phone, the computers that they took back entirely. But this really is a new frontier. I mean, look, Democrats have taken reporters to court over leaks too, right? The Obama administration had a massive fight with a guy.
Obama did not like leaks.
Yes, very famous case. But this one, the piece of this that's incredibly unique is physically going in and taking these devices, as opposed to using paper to say, we demand that you give us this information.
Well,
so this is a huge test.
Also taking place within the bigger picture of an administration that is suing newspapers for reporting polling. You know, for the people who, you know, always got on my case, Bill, you're so crazy saying Trump will never concede an election. He doesn't concede polling. All right, I got to get you to an airplane because you got to get back to Washington, D.C. Thank you, panel. Thank you, audience. It's great to be back. Thank you, HBO, for another season.